Shalom, hey, yeah, I can back. Not really sure if that even went up and uploaded. The wind keeps like, yeah, try going down. That's another part too of this walk right now. And like I said, being a lone wolf out here, you know, you gotta fend for yourself, but that just means you gotta, you know, seek the Most High even more now. You know, even more. Yeah, it says I'm live. I guess the first one may have gone up. Hopefully it did. But I'll run on this until our battery and charge this one back up. Fuck it. Yeah, so you know, pretty much I was basically going into the fact that, you know, this world is America, being here for that time period of me being here. You just see how exceedingly wicked this place become, and why it's so important now to call on the name of Yahweh and Yahushua. You know, so I believe I was in Corinthians 11. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 11. It says, "Be ye followers of me, as I am also of Yahushua. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I deliver them to you." Yeah, that's another thing. We gotta still keep, you know, the commandments and the ordinances of the Most High to the best of our ability. Why? Because Yahweh Shai was an example of that. He did that. You know, he did that. He's the most, you know, perfect example to follow. So that's why, you know, that's not an excuse just to continue to do what you want to do. Okay? It says, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahweh Shai, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh." So there's an order to things. You know, there's a way things are set up. Yahweh Shai, as an example, when he came in the flesh, that's who we had to talk to. As Israelites, we always had to do that. Moses, you know, he went to the Most High to talk. You know, the Lord always did that. He always picked certain men that he dealt with. Yahweh Shai being that, you know, being his son now. So the order is the Most High, Yahweh Shai, then us, the Israelite men. And the men who doing this, the elect, the prophets of the Most High, they were selected by the Lord. The Lord always selects certain men throughout the nation to do certain things. Okay? All the time. The Lord is in perfect control. So the order set up through the Spirit, that's the order. So right now in America totally goes against that order. You know, everything is in confusion because we're in Babylon. Right? So back to 1 Peter 2:5. "Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahweh Shai." Okay, so that's the order. We got to go through Yahweh Shai. "Wherefore also it is contained in the scripture, Behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believed on him shall not be confounded." So the elect, the precious, the precious stone, the ones that believe on the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, believe on that name, Yahweh Shai, you know, those are the ones that are going to be saved out of here. Those are the ones, and the scripture said, it will not be confounded. And you know, going back to the book of Sirach, you know, I'll get that, man. I'll get that, because all these things are necessary for edification's sake. You know, the Lord raises up his men to do things to edify the people, because not only that, but to sing that song, because he knows, like the scripture says, who has ears to hear will hear, and who have eyes to see will see. So when my sheep hear my voice. Okay, this is Ecclesiasticus 2 and 10. It says, "Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear, which the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge?" Right? So in his knowledge, because the scripture said, you know, wisdom and understanding should be the stability of thy time. In the book of Isaiah. That was prophesied. So the fear of the Lord, which is talking about here, is that wisdom. Abiding in his fear, abiding in his wisdom. You know? Because when you're wise in the wisdom of the Lord, that's when spiritually you're on a level to really deal with the stuff that's out here, like the elements, you know, all the ailments that's gonna come. And then you have an understanding of why you're going through things. Why? Because it requires patience. Alright? Sirach 2:10, it says, look at the generations of old and see did ever any trust in the Lord in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that call upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. So when you have the fear of the Lord in you, and you have that, your faith is built up, you know the Lord's going to do all these things that he said he's going to do. He's going to protect you in that day through all those afflictions. But you know it's also what? Long suffering. So you're gonna have to go through certain things. But that's how right now, all that's a part of building up your spiritual bank account, your spiritual power. Your spiritual power, that's what it is, you know? And I don't really get into too much with like these older guys, but to pay attention to like HODC saying that, you know, you can't receive the Holy Spirit unless you're in the land of Israel, in Jerusalem. It's utter madness, okay? And that's just an example to lively stones that's watching to see that, yo, man, that's not right. You know what I'm saying? Like that just doesn't align. That doesn't make sense. You know. So this is 1 Peter 2:6. Wherefore also it is contained in Scripture. Behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded. And I got that scripture, Ecclesiastes 2:10. You know, because when you look back at the men of old, you know, the apostles and the elders, you go through all the videos, man. They've never been confounded, and it ain't got nothing to do with them. It's the Spirit of the Lord. So they're moving in the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And that's how, you know, you filter things through the scriptures. And you filter things through what? Through history. And you give respect. You look back at what, you know, certain things was what certain men were doing and what they're doing now. And then you look at the scriptures, and that's how you maneuver, man. Because you got to maneuver through this place. You know? Of Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under the heaven. So to everything there's a season and a time for a purpose. Okay? Purpose. You know? And you know, purpose is something that we all supposed to have. You're not supposed to be, you know, when I say purpose in the Spirit of the Lord, you know, like, cause like animals and stuff, they have a purpose, man. There's certain reasons why certain things are set up. You know, the Lord doesn't just do things by all willy-nilly. You know, the Lord is science. He is about that, man. It's an ecosystem. And like you said, to everything there's a season for science. We're in a season of winter. You know, it's windy. The trees are dead right now. You know, there's certain animals that could exist in this temperature, right? Like mice and stuff. But for the most part, like certain birds and stuff, they move away. Certain flowers and stuff, they're not here right now, and then they come back. So the season right now, this is a season of death. We're in a season of death right now, and a lot of death is going on in the earth, man, and a lot more death is going to come, because you know, thus saith the Lord. This is prophesied, that death is supposed to come. you know. But that everything is given for a season. That's why when you come to spring season, when the trees start to replenish themselves, you know, the birds start coming back, certain other livestock and livestock and wildlife start coming back, is a sign to show you like, okay, the new year's coming in. New stuff is beginning, you know, bees and different things, you know, because all those things are life. So the things are given for a season, so you got to know what season you're in. You know, there's a season to sow, there's a season to reap, you know, there's a season to fish, and there's a season to hunt, you know. It says, this is Ecclesiastes 3:2. A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away. So there's a time for everything, man, on the earth. So it's very, very important to know what time you're in. You know, that's key. That's key. If you're just out here and you don't know what time you're in, pretty much you're walking dead. Because you're basing your time on what? On when you're done with work, and then when after that, when is the game come on, and when I gotta be at class, or when I gotta be at, you know, at work, or where I gotta be over here for this or that. But engaged in this world, because you're totally asleep to the world that the Lord is to the world. Because really, we're the ones that are gonna be ruling the world. And the world that you want to be woken up to is the will of the Lord. You know, this is not a time for you, like the time that we're in right now, this war time. That's what's going on. If you go on, why you think Trump is in office? Everybody hates Trump. Everybody hates Trump. Right? That's what they're pushing on everybody. That's why he's having a discussion inside. I'm not sure exactly where they were having it, but it was pretty private. And then one of the people that are there, of his folks, are coming out and saying, Trump said, you know, he called the Haiti and these other Hamitic nations in Africa, you know, which our people are there, you know, the Haiti being the Levites of our people. And then you have, you still have Israelites that are over there in Africa, but basically, not just straight from the point, he called those lands or those people shit. He calls the land shitholes and saying we should just get rid of the people. So all these things are coming out on Trump because really they're trying to paint Trump as this bad guy, but that's prophecy. Okay, because the son of perdition has to show himself. The wicked has to reveal who they are to these people, because these people still believe we're in a time of holding hands and a time of coming together and a time of America being great and let's make America great again. And they don't understand that the time that's is in let's destroy America, okay? And let's bring on the kingdom of heaven, okay? Let's get out of this place and let's push and let our people wake up and actually live the righteous life they're supposed to live. Because this is their land. You're on a land where it belongs to you, but they're telling you you're the immigrants and you're illegal. But this is your land. But it's different worlds. You know, like all this concrete and buildings and all that stuff, that's foreign to the land. That's a different world. And like with animals, they see it, man. That's why they have that spiritual connection with the Lord. They understand the moon. They understand, like we had the eclipse last year, then we had the blue moon, we had I think it was a blood moon, the first, and at the end of the month, the 31st of January, the new moon is coming on the 17th, sundown the 16th, sundown the 17th that day, and then we're gonna have another blood moon. So the Most High is showing signs, and the animals are in tune with these signs. But our people are in the world, you know, they're walking here and they're going to CNN Center and Phillips Arena in a different world, and they're not seeing the world that they're in. You know, and they're not seeing the spiritual world that the Most High is building up. That's why this is spiritual. That's why in Peter it says that, you know, spiritual gifts or spiritual sacrifices. So this is a spiritual sacrifice that you gotta give. You know, your body is nothing, but you still have to give it as a living sacrifice, man, and come out and do the work of the Lord. This is Micah 2:10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction." See? This is not our rest, because this place was really meant to destroy you. And if you're resting here, it is going to destroy you, or you're going to be left here in the destruction. Because America is going to be destroyed, thus saith the Lord. You know? So why are you trying to build up here in America? You know, mainly because our people have been smitten with madness by the Lord, you know, another curse. You know, it's complete madness to still want to try to make it over here, man. America is wicked. Everybody can see that. And if you're not seeing that, well, the Lord has reserved you to be judged with the wicked of America. You know, because the wicked of America is going to be judged ultimately, you know, through nuclear fire, man. Nuclear fire, missiles are going to be shot in America. In America, with all, you know, we keep, you know, brothers always say, yeah, America's going to be destroyed and missiles are going to be shot in America. But guess what? America has a pretty goddamn good military, and they're going to shoot back. America's just going to, you know, have missiles shooting them and not shoot back. You know, the whole world is going to be at complete, you know, like utter derision, man. It's going to be complete, just madness all over the earth. Some people think they can fly to different countries and let's come over here. America's going to be destroyed there. Why don't come back to Trinidad? Man, Trinidad's going to get caught up in that. The whole earth's going to get caught up in that. There's no winners in nuclear war, man. You know, you gotta pray to the Lord that He saves you out of that. Even the elect gotta be saved out of, you know, out of America through the chariots in that day. Ain't no going nowhere. Wherever you are, you know, if you're in London, or if you're in Trinidad, or if you're in Jamaica, or if you're in Africa, or if you're in Australia, all of these countries gonna be shooting missiles, man. And missiles are gonna be shot at all these countries. Because America has a lot of allies, you know, that's going down with her. You know? So the time that we're in is a time where the only security that you have is in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Point blank period. So if the Lord's not with you in that day, God forbid, you're through. It is what it is. Yep. From there, I'm gonna go to Second Esdras. Outside of Second Esdras 4, I saw 1. It says, "And the angel that was sent unto me, whose name was Uriel, gave me an answer, and said, Thy heart had gone too far in this world.
It's a car.
And there is a
It's
car?
a car. It's a car.
Okay, good, man. Good. Yeah, these people heart has gone too far into this world. They've been caught up, like America is just like got everybody's minds like gone. If you're not with the American way, you're a terrorist, or you're a murderer, or you're a bad person. But what does America push? What you taking pictures for, brother? If you don't mind me asking, because
I just do street photography, so
okay.
anything that's out and about.
So anything you just take, you know, is there so why are you taking a picture of me?
Because you're on the street, out and about.
I mean, what I was saying though, like,
There's an art. It's called street
so
photography.
what are you doing? Like when you take the pictures, do you go back and like create like a portfolio? Or you
Yeah,
make
I print them out. I make my own portfolios.
okay, but for yourself,
Yeah,
or you doing that?
just as a hobby.
So what do you see here that makes you that warrants a picture?
You're doing something. You're not just standing there. You're doing your craft. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you're doing your craft.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like saying, well, okay, I'm doing my craft, you're doing your craft. But do you know what my craft entails? Do you know what it's about?
Talking about the tribes of Israel.
Yeah, I'm talking about the tribes of Israel. Let's talk about the Bible. So, what do you think about the 12 tribes of Israel?
I don't really got an opinion.
You don't have an opinion? Should you have an opinion?
I don't know. Don't got one, bro.
You should have an opinion.
Sorry, man.
Where are you from, man?
I'm from here.
You from Atlanta?
Yeah.
Born and bred?
Oh, no. Well, I live here, but I'm from Connecticut.
Oh, you're from Connecticut. So you're used to this type of weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's pretty cold, right?
Yeah,
How long
it
you been
is.
in Atlanta?
5 years.
5 years. This is, would you say this is one of the coldest you've felt?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I've been here, I'm going on 5 years. I'm actually here probably close to 5 years.
Okay.
And so, this is the coldest I've felt Atlanta been since
Yeah,
I've
I
been
never
here.
felt it this cold.
Okay.
We might have got like in a couple of years, maybe like a day or two like this.
Yeah.
But not like just steady.
Yeah. It's been kind of steady for a little while, but you know.
Then we had a good like 2 hot days.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, that's why it's impeccable to know about the 12 tribes of Israel and why the weather is the way it is, because we're in a certain time.
Yeah, last stage.
We're in the last seconds.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, we've been in the last days for a while, but we're in the last seconds now.
Yeah.
That's why certain things are happening the way it's happening. That's why the weather is so cold. That's why, you know, all over the earth. Like I was on, there's a website where you can track the earthquakes. The earthquakes are coming out like every minute, man, every other minute.
Oh, sorry.
I won't know exactly a little bit, but like 15, 20, 45, there's a lot of earthquakes coming in. The whole weather pattern is changing. Why? Because of man.
Yeah.
Because
global warming and all that. Yeah.
you know, everything is affected. Pollution,
Yeah.
the way we eat, where our waste is going. Because we don't see it, we don't consider it. But where's your waste going?
Right. You throw that right in the water.
You know, and America generates a lot of waste.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's why I'm saying, like, when you stop to take the picture, I ask you because, you know, like just like you, I see like you're not just like a random person that's taking pictures. You have a nice camera. You seem as if you know what you're doing. So that's why I ask you, you know, certain questions.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? But being from Connecticut and who you are, you know, your spirit. If your people came over here on slave ships, you're one of the tribes of Israel, which means you're one of the people of the Most High. So the times that we're in, the Lord is about to bring judgment. That's why the earth is the way it is right now. That's why it's so cold, because this time right now is a time of death. Look at the trees, right? There's no leaves. The birds are gone, right? The only animals that are here right now might be like some mice.
Yeah.
Maybe, for the most part, you might see a gerbil or something like that coming in and out. But for the most part, most animals are asleep, right?
That's true.
Why is it the new year? Because it's not the new year. But the times, the people that run the earth, they change the times.
Right.
And they tell you something. No, if you look at springtime, when these trees are going to come back with leaves, and the birds are going to be flying and chirping, and it's going to be warm, and then the crops are going to be coming back, that's the new year. So the times that you live in is, because okay, you look at October, November, December, right? October 8, November, Nueve 9, October, Octagon 8, November, December is the 10th month. It's not the first month. But people are not aware of the times at the end, and that's very important, especially if you're one of these people. It's important because the world that you're in, Like your world of pictures and all that, you're creating your own world as well, right? I can come and look through your portfolio and see, oh, this is what Atlanta looks like from your eyes and what you see in the street, right? When you look through the eyes of the Lord, that's when you see what's going on the earth.
That's deep. That's deep.
So you gotta look, and that's why you gotta look through the scriptures. But when you read, do you read the Bible at all?
Yeah.
So you believe in the Lord?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good, which most of our people do, because it's why? It's a spiritual thing.
Right.
It's something that's in you, right? So when you read the scriptures and you understand, like, I can say I don't know you that well, but you know, based on your spirit, and you say you're from Connecticut, more than likely your family would have been brought here and lived here. When you probably, if you look back, you may have had family that was slave. You could have not had families members that were slave. You could have come in at a different time. I don't know. But the spirit shows that most of the tribes that came here at that time, the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, you know, like there's a lot of Levites here. Like Trump just made a statement about shithole countries, talking about Haiti. The Haitians, they're Levites, right? And they're the priests of the nation of Israel. They have power. That's why they say Haiti is heavy into voodoo and stuff, that kind of power. Because we have spiritual power. Our people are the people that have that connection with the earth. Knows what's really going on, knows why things are happening, and how to actually, live accordingly.
Right.
But when you read the scriptures, when you look in, one of the main problems that our people have is this right here. See this guy and these people, they switch everything around.
Right.
That's why in the dead of winter, they tell you it's the new year. That's why they're telling you now that, it's okay for a man to get married. Okay. Do you know that it's okay? Bestiality is legal in America, in certain states.
That's insane.
If you Google right now on your phone, bestiality, do this, right? And let's say bestiality legal in America. It's legal in right now, between 5 to 8 states. It was legal in way more before that. And then people stand up, but it's insane, right?
Yeah.
That's why, because these people here, the wicked, the so-called white man, is the wicked of that the Bible speaks. Just like how there's a good and there's Israelites, and we're good and the Most High is with us, it's also wicked, because the Most High is balanced. So this is, and it's not that, okay, well, you just hate these people. Really, you're supposed to hate what the Lord hates. Right? Because you want to be in grace with the Lord. So like right now, the Lord has power to what? To open up the skies and make it warm if he wanted to. Did he not?
He could.
You gotta believe that.
Right.
And that comes with what? Faith. Right? But this guy here, when he came on the scene, it made people believe that this was the image of the Lord. Now I can pull up one up of a true image of the Lord, but do you know what the Lord's supposed to look like?
Wow.
Based on the Bible?
No one can see his face and live.
Okay, that's the Heavenly Father, but his son, Yahweh Shai, who came on the earth, which is his name. Yeah, Jesus. Do you know what he's supposed to look like? Is it in the Bible?
I don't recall.
Alright, so I'll get it for you, right? Revelation. What's the word revelation means what?
The end. Well,
It means reveal. It means to reveal.
Okay.
So the book of Revelation reveals, that's why there's a lot of prophecies in the book of Revelation, which reveals what's to come. It's cold, so my fingers are...
I don't know how you doing this with no gloves, man.
Hey man, I'm fighting it. I couldn't find my gloves and I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna go get it done. But I get Revelation.
What kind of Bible is that? Newer translation?
No, this is the King James Version, which is the most accurate version based on the Greek and the Hebrew, the Paleo Hebrew language. This is because King James, was a black man.
Gotcha.
He came out of like British, the England, Scotland, all Ireland. They all black nation. Like people say the Moors used to rule over there in Europe. Well, Moors just means black. Really, it's Hebrews, Israelites. Those are the people, right? So I get the revelation, okay? So it says, Revelation 1:1, it says, the revelation of Yahushua or Jesus Christ. But people ignorantly call him Jesus, but the letter J wasn't back there. That's recent language. Right? So his real name is Yahushua. So I'll call him by his name. It says the revelation of Yahushua, Mashiach, which Christ, the word Christ, it just means anointed. Christ is like Jesus Christ is like saying President Bush or President Obama. Christ is a title. Exactly. And then his name, okay? And the title Christ means anointed because he was the anointed one to be the savior of his people. Okay, so it says, Christ, which was the God give unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass, and he sent and sanctified it by his angel unto his servants John, who bear the record of the word of the Messiah, of the testimony of the Yahushua Mashiach, of all the things that he saw. So let's get to the point, right? It's actually slack here.
Are y'all doing the parking?
Oh, no.
We're doing the parking now. Slack here. I'm in one. Midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. So he had a garment pretty much like what I'm wearing right now.
That's what the priest used to wear, right?
Well, no, the priests wore garments too. But in this situation here, like like if you look at the native Indians, they had fringes.
Right.
They all have fringes. Okay, so he had something on like this, but he had like a girdle on. Like if you're already full, you have like a belt.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, okay. It says, and a garment down to the foot and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head and his ears were white like snow, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire. Because when you read about one who they call Jesus, he used to drink wine, and he had, if you drink a lot of wine, you're gonna, you might have red eyes from time to time. Okay, and it says, and also that also signifies, wisdom. It says, and his head and his ears were white like wool, so he had white woolly hair, right? Who has woolly hair? Our people got woolly hair.
Yeah.
Most of the other nations and stuff, they got like thinner, so he was like you look like
it is like wool.
Yeah, it is like wool. It says, and his feet like unto fine brass as they burn in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. So his feet were like fine brass. What color is brass?
Right. So it was black.
And it was burned in a furnace. So it was dark brown.
Right, so it's completely different.
Completely different to this.
Right.
So where does that come from?
Well, the person that's trying to influence them, right?
Right. So because he's trying to now do what? He's trying to take that position. He covered the faces. Okay, so I'll go there now. It's Job 29, right? Because another thing about the scriptures, you have to, it says precept upon precept, line upon line. So the Holy Bible, you know how you read the Bible? You don't necessarily read like a story. The Bible, like, okay, what you know about the Bible? When you ask me that?
I guess a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Okay, so you know about so-called Jesus?
Yeah.
Okay, so how did he speak to like the people?
mean, all right.
Why do you think they wanted to kill him?
Well, I mean, it wasn't.
everybody-
They understood it, but they didn't agree.
But why they didn't agree?
Or if they did agree, they didn't like it because
Okay.
he was calling them out.
Well, that's closer. But he didn't. Why they didn't understand was because they weren't meant to understand. All right. So I'll get that now too. Okay. Why they didn't understand is because they really wasn't meant to understand. Because this is not for everybody to understand.
My bad, bro. After this last scripture, I gotta run, man. I'm gonna die out here, man.
You're not gonna die, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't wanna risk
Is it that cold?
Yeah, I'm pretty bad out here.
I mean, I'm standing here. How you doing that close?
Yo, I don't know, man. You got more scripture, man.
Come on, man. But I was going to Job 9 and 24 first, right? It says the earth, Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. He covered the faces. So when you read in Revelations, the first chapter, the 13th, 14th, 15th verse, and it gives you the description of the Most High, or of the Son of the Most High, Yahushua, Jesus, he had brown feet, he had woolly hair. So this is a complete lie. So when it talks about in Job, that's why I was telling you the scriptures is precept upon precept. You gotta move around the scriptures to understand it.
Right, you can't just read one verse. You gotta read the beginning of it, the end of it.
Well, you gotta read, you gotta pray, and the Lord has to actually give you the understanding.
Right, I agree.
You have to be taught.
I agree.
Because the main thing about learning the scriptures is about unlearning what you learn or what you know of the Bible. Because first and foremost, you gotta understand how people here already believe that this was Jesus coming up. Some people still believe that. But when you read in Job 9:24, it tells you the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and he covers the faces. So these people are who? The wicked. They're the wicked. So it ain't a matter of, well, we just coming out here to talk for people. Be like, well, why you keep us talking about white people? You gotta build ourselves up. Scripture said example yourself, daily, because you gotta constantly make sure you're doing the right thing. But you have to also identify who these people are, so that you understand who your enemy is.
I'm gonna do more research, man. I appreciate talking to you, man. I got a fist. I know it looked like my fingers. But
Oh yeah, no, you good, man.
I'm trying to keep warm, man. But no, I appreciate you talking to me, man.
Hey, I appreciate you stopping and listening.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? You should try to definitely, like you said, do your research,
Yeah, I'm definitely-
and look into it. They got more brothers up the street to teach it. You can run into them and go have a build with them. They're right up there.
Well, I gave you my standstill time today, so if I see you, I'm just gonna keep walking, man.
It ain't that bad, man. I mean,
No,
it's
to
freezing.
me it is.
Nah, it's freezing. It's freezing. It's
Yeah.
about. Let me see. Let me see what the weather is, man. It's cold.
I know it's probably like 30.
It feels like it's low 30.
They said tonight's supposed to get around 20, 25.
And then with this wind,
yeah.
Yeah.
If it didn't have the wind, it wouldn't be as bad.
yeah, it's 32. It's saying it's 32 on my phone, but based on the wind,
Right, it's probably like 25.
it feels like 25. Yeah.
All right, appreciate you, man.
Hey,
But
man.
yeah, I'm
Hey,
gonna
hold
do
it
some
down.
research on it, man.
Yeah, for sure. But I was gonna show you in the book of Matthew where the Mosai said, okay, let me show you this, and then you can go, man.
Okay. Well, it's your fault, man.
Now you see, it ain't that.
You're gonna be the blame,
Say
man.
it, say it again. You say it if what?
I said if I fall out, man.
Nah, you ain't gonna fall out, man. You ain't gonna fall out. You ain't gonna fall out, man. The Mosai, he's appreciate. He see what you're doing right now. Look, all of a sudden, it's all types of life. This is I think it's Matthew 11, 13. Matthew 13, 11. Okay, so this is Matthew 13, 11. It says, and he answered and said unto them, well, I'll start at really I should start at the top, man, so you can really, okay. I'll start at 9. This is Matthew 13 and 9. It says, who had ears to hear, let him hear. Okay, so meaning, if you can understand who have ears to hear is not just, well, everybody, because everybody got ears. Not everybody's going to hear Okay? It says 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? Because if I read up, I started from verse 9, which says, Who have ears to ears, let them hear. If I read up from verse 1 down to 9, it will give an example of what Jesus actually said.
You gotta
the
get
one they called Jesus
coat on
actually
and
said.
stuff?
He said unto some people, because you said, I asked you, well, how does Jesus, you said, well, now he speaks in a way that everybody could understand, right? And I told you, no. I said, he speaks in a way that he speaks the truth, but in a way that some of them can't understand, because it's not meant for them to understand. That's why he said, who have ears to hear, let them hear, right? So he said, and then the disciples came, and they said, well, why are you speaking to them in parables? You know what the word parables mean?
Well, like illustrations?
It means like a dark saying, meaning like a puzzle almost. It's like, it's like a mystery.
Gotcha.
So they asked him, why are you speaking to them like that? Because what? Some of the disciples understood what he was saying, but they could see that these people, they don't understand. So why are you speaking to them in parables? Why don't you just make it easy? Why don't you just tell them what he told them? He said, this is Matthew 13, because they asked the same question. I'll read it again. Matthew 13 and 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Oh, so he explains it right
So he explains it exactly like, no, this is for you.
Right.
This is a precious thing. That's why. Another thing I'm going to show you before you go is this. Out of the nation of Israel, this is the 12 tribes, right? But out of the 12 tribes, 2/3 of our people are not going to understand this. They're not going to get this, and they're going to be destroyed here along with the oppressors. Because they're too far. Like before you came, I was reading the book of 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter, and it's going into our people going too far into the world. So 2/3 of them are not going to hear this. That's why why you ask why he answered unto them, why am I speaking in parables? Because they're not meant to get it. They're not meant to get it. So it says, and this here shows all the same thing, all the 12 tribes, and then it just shows you pretty much. There's going to be the elect of the Lord is going to make it out of here. Everybody is not going to make it based on the word. So why the world so cold? Why we going through what we're going through? Why the prophets of the Lord are out on the streets telling you what I just told you? Because the Most High is about to bring judgment to America. End all be all of the, go and do your research on the scriptures.
Yeah.
America's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. Before then, it's going to have Jacob's trouble, where our people are going to be what? They're going to be going through a lot of pestilence, a lot of like hardships are coming. Just like slavery, it's going to be worse. Because they're going to bring martial law. They're going to start shooting, putting you in concentration camps. Wow. That's going to come back to our people. See, our people think, well, we serve slavery and we bought it and we're cool now, we need to come up in the world. No, these same people are still here. Wicked people that put you in slavery, all they did was live off of your backs. They're still living off of it.
Right.
Because the earth is really ruled by just a few very select rich elites who run the banking system.
Well, man, I'm sorry. I'm going to just do the more research, man, but I got to go. Thanks, man.
All right, man.
All right,
Hold it
have a
down,
good one.
brother. I see you got your pictures.
Yeah, I was able to get it, but thank
Yeah.
you. I'm sorry, man. I'm about to die out here.
All right, brother, man. Well, I'll be here, brother. If I'm not here, I'm back down the street, but I can...
Well, I'm usually, if it's not this cold, usually on the weekends I'm out.
Okay. Well, like I said, they brought us right up the street right there. You can walk by on the camp up there. They got a lot of good information as well as they say, hey, we're in the same mindset. But usually I'm on the corner down there. But the wind is crazy. It's super cool.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, I feel you, brother.
All right, man.
All right.
Stay safe.
All right. Yeah, man. So, Jake gotta go because it's too cold. But Jake's he was pretty cool. He was, seemed sincere, but for the most part, bugged out of his mind. Just out here like taking aimless pictures about nothing in America. Still not understanding the time. This is not the time to be walking around just taking fucking pictures about nothing, you know. And no, not really want to come at the man like that, but I mean, that's just a spirit, you know. That's why I had to ask him, why are you taking a picture and what, you know. But hey, edification came out of that, you know. And Jake, you know, he's walking up the street now. He's still just taking, you know, snapping away. But hey, man. But anyways, man, back to where I just strayed too far. But that's just how the spirit's rolling right now, you know. For the most part, let them know what the deal is. But I'll head back to the second Esdras. They're super duper. Angel that was sent unto me, whose name was Uriel, gave me an answer and said, thy heart had gone too far in this world, and thinkest thou to comprehend the way of the Most High? So yeah, you know, like that, bro, you know, our people's heart has gone too far into this world, so they can't comprehend the ways of the Lord. They can't understand, you know, the Lord. They can't understand why, you know, the Lord does what he does. They try to figure it out themselves. You know, that's why men say, well, I gotta go find myself, or I gotta go figure this out for myself. Hey, go ahead and see what you come up with. But for the most part, you're gonna just end up, you know, spinning around in the goddamn matrix, man. The womb, which the word matrix, go back to the word womb. You know, one of my favorite movies. They're just gonna be all up in, you know, a child of Satan, man, in that womb. Because like I was telling this guy, you know, you gotta be taught, and you gotta be sincere. Lord, when you go all into the world, when you get put up all into this world, it's hard to understand the Lord. You don't understand why things are supposed to be the way they are, because you're completely consumed in Satan's energy, his doctrine, his spirit. His spirit, this spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, is a different spirit to the world. It's a different spirit to Satan. You know, we're the children of light. We're not the children of darkness. There's another Jake across it. They're snapping pictures of, you know, because to them this is cool. Like he said, well, you out here doing your thing and I'm doing my thing, you know. And I was just, you know, chilling with, you know, being cool with Jake, but Jake out here really going off. Okay. Second Esdras 4 and 3, it says, then said I, yea, my Lord, and answered me and said, I am sent to show thee 3 ways and to set forth 3 similitudes before thee. Okay, that was pretty much the point I was getting on in terms of our people, you know, going too far into the world, man, and not, you know, sticking with the script. But Satan did that, man. He deceived our people. And his main vessel for doing that are our women, man. Our women are wicked, and really because they don't want to give up the freedom that was given to them by Satan. That's why they come up against us like that. And they don't understand that. They don't understand that, you know, the vibration that they're moving in is satanic. And it's completely wicked, man. Completely wicked. They believe that, you know, they're living life or whatever, you know. But the spirit that we're coming in, it doesn't really resonate with their spirit, because they're in the spirit of Satan. Because a woman just following the leader, and she just following whoever's making the rules. They know when they go to the system is going to side with them. And we know as Israelite men, the system does not side with us. Why? Because the system that's set up in this world is set up by Satan. And it goes back to the garden. That serpent that used subtlety against, Eve. The woman being the weaker vessel was utilized in order to do what? To bring wickedness into the world. And it tells you that in Sirach as well. And through her we all die. So these women out here, they don't understand what's really going on. Like, Solomon couldn't find 1 in 1,000. So don't even think about looking for them, man. Out of 1,000 you found 1 righteous man though. So the righteous are out here. That's why we're out here fishing and looking, doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. As we were commanded to do. This is Isaiah 55. Woo. And I'll start at 9. It says, this is Isaiah 55 and 9. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. So the Lord's thoughts are higher than ours. So why things happen and why they go down the way they go down, really, it's not something that certain people could understand or need to try to dwell too much on, man, because the Lord thoughts and the way He set up is not set up in the way for you to understand it, man. But the Lord reveals His prophecies unto certain men to show you. Okay? It says, for as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth and maketh it bright, bring forth and bud, it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. See? Seed to the sower. You gotta make sure, because if you're a seed of the sower, where are you gonna be planted, man? Where are you gonna be planted? Make sure you get rooted, and when you build yourself up, because it's cold, yeah, and this world is against us. But we gotta make sure that in the meantime, we continuously give diligence to make our call and election sure and push through this. Because for the most part, man, Jake, like I said, the time that we're in, Jake, to them is just a colder winter. So they just gonna smoke more, you know what I mean? Or do whatever else they do. But they're not looking at the time, the real time. They really concerned with like the Alabama game, the NCAA football or the NFL. They're not really, they totally consumed in Satan, but they're not pretty much wary of his devices, but we are. Because we know the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. So we're watching. We're watching for that day. And we're trying to understand things through the Spirit. We're trying to understand things through the Spirit of the Lord. Okay? I want to get another scripture in 2nd Esdras. This is 2nd Esdras 5. If I can, in 34. This is 2nd Esdras 5 and 34, and I said, No, Lord, but of very grief I have spoken, for my reins pain me every hour. while I labor to comprehend the way of the Most High and to seek out parts of His judgment. So the times that we're in, your reigns being, your thoughts, what you're meditating on. It says, your reigns, Salakia. It says your reigns pain every hour because you're thinking, to understand, comprehend the ways of the Lord and to seek out part of His judgments. Because if you're not constantly, meditating on prophecy and trying to figure out how to please the Lord in these times, you're in for a rude awakening. You know what I'm saying? You're in for a real rude awakening, man. Because the Lord is gonna come back. The Lord is gonna, redeem His people, and He's gonna bring destruction, and people are gonna see that. So that's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be seeking out the Lord and trying to seek out the judgment, man. Right? Get this real quick. Woo! Sirach 3 and 23, it says, "Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are shewed unto thee than men understand." And I got that because, when you're trying to figure out, the mind of the Lord, you're sincerely, meditating on His word and praying unto Him, certain things, may be revealed to you that other men are not going to understand. Like I was showing the brother, man. 2/3 of our people are not going to get this. They're not going to understand the words of the Lord. And just like it said in Matthew, the 13th chapter, Yahushua said that, man. It's not for them to understand, because 2/3 of our people are wicked and deserve the debt that's going to come on them here in America. That's just what it is. Thus saith the Lord. We're just prophesying the words of the Lord, man. This is nothing personal. Yet again, it kind of is, because y'all actually did it to us. But we're spiritual, and we're praying that the Lord is gonna fight our battles for us. Sorry that again. This is Sirach 3 and 23. It says, "Be not curious in unnecessary matters." And like unnecessary matters, man, like all the bullshit that's on TV. I mean, it's cool to if you got a show that you like, but even in the shows that you watch, it really should be, it should be something spiritual, or something that can edify you. There's so many videos that brothers are putting up and stuff. We ain't trying to be watching, fucking Scandal and all these bullshit shows that these people watch. I mean, like I said, there might be a show that you watch that you like, and it's cool. But with the shows and the movies, unnecessary matters. Like this Dr. Jake, that's taking pictures of whatever, man, of the trees and making a portfolio, and if it's your job and that's something you got to do, that's cool. But your mind really should be really focused on the word of the Lord and the prophecies, especially 2018 being prophesying, the year of prophecy, being the slogan, that slogan, the year of prophecy, man. Oh man. being as curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are shown unto thee than men understand. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. See? And that's one thing that's heavy in America, man. People having their own opinion, especially this woman, man. They all, well, I got my opinion. No, you really don't. You know? Bitch, your opinion is based on solely what your man says, man. That's what it is. You're under the you know, when back again in Genesis, what did the Most High curse Eve with? She was supposed to be in subjection to her husband, man, forever, man, and bring forth children. That's thus said the Lord. The Lord said that. So where is this whole new thing about, well, I got my own opinion, I can do what I want? It comes from Satan. Why were you cursed with that? Because in the first place, you got beguiled by the serpent, and you took on his philosophies and his doctrines, and you brought that over, man, to your husband. And Adam was cursed because he hearkened unto your word, unto your voice. More proof that a man is not supposed to be taking no orders from no woman, man. That's why Adam got cursed, man. You're supposed to be listening to her. You're supposed to listen to me. We're our connection, like I read in the book of Corinthians, our connection is with Yahweh Shai. And then that takes us, that's our connection to the Heavenly Father. There's an order to things. Okay? But many people have been deceived by their own vain opinions. And we're sick and tired of this world and all this stupid vain opinion, man. It's madness. People's opinions just promote fuck shit. These women, you listen to a woman speak, just let her call you on the phone, put the phone on speaker, and just let her talk. She just talking a bunch of fucking madness. Madness. Yeah, I had to do this today, and I went to work, and Susan was about this, and I was on Snapchat, and I watched this show, and I want to go over here, and oh my God, it's nothing of substance, nothing of spiritual, just all into the world, just like a fucking cyborg for Satan. You know? That's why there's supposed to be order. It's the same thing in the walk. That's why there's order. So that you understand how to move, you understand that, okay, no, that's wrong. Do it this way. You know? That's why, yeah, like I was saying, that's why there's order, man. So that you can, do things the right way. That's pleasing unto the Lord. Because that's what it boils down to. It all boils down to, are you pleasing Yahweh Shai? Are you pleasing, Yahweh? Why Yahweh Shai? That's where it's at. That's where it's at. That's what it's about. Okay. So you grab 1 John. It says, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God or of the Most High, because many false prophets have gone out into the world. Hereby know ye the spirit of the Most High. Every spirit that confesseth that Yahweh Shai Mashiach is coming in the flesh is of the Most High. and every spirit that confesseth not that Yahushua is coming in the flesh is not of the Lord. And this is the spirit of Antichrist. Wherefore ye have heard that it should come, and even now already is it in the world. So that spirit of Antichrist is in the world. Okay, so that's why you got to try the spirit. Okay? It says, ye are of the Most High, let your children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. They are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. Yeah, because that's why when that bitch call you and start talking all that madness, and you say, man, shut the fuck up, she gets mad at you, hang up the phone, and calls her friend, you know, or whoever else that's in the world, and whatever she's saying makes perfect sense to them, and you're crazy. Something's wrong with you. Why? Because the world hears them, because they are of the world, man, and we're not of this world. All right, this is John 2 and 5, and he know that he was manifest to take away our sins. Salaki. Whew. Salaki. This is 4 and 5. First John 4 and 5 says that they are of the world, therefore speak they of the world, and the world heareth them. We are of God, and he that knoweth the Most High heareth us. So the people that we speak to, we're of the Most High. So the ones that understand us, they are of the Most High. That's why it's a spiritual thing. This is not a black and white thing, or brown and blue thing. This is not a color thing. This is a nationality thing. You know, the Israelites, you know, through our nationality, we're the chosen people of the Lord. And then within the Israelites, there's also, you know, an elect of Israel that's going to understand the words of the Lord. So those are the people that the Lord is speaking to, dealing with, and are coming to save. Thus said the Holy Bible. So they going to understand the word, you know, and then the others are not going to understand. But these people, that's why when they talk to you, you don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You're like, what are you really talking about? Do you not know what time we're in? Do you know what's going on? Do you not know who you are? Okay? It says, and we are of the Most High. He that knoweth the Most High heareth us. He that is not of the Most High hear not us. Hereby know we the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. So we know what's true, and we know what's like the scripture said, of error. We know what's wrong, because we judge things through the spirit. And our shy and Yahweh Shai, you know, they're the spirit of truth. They're not the spirit of deception or of lies. Okay? So that's how you weigh things and you filter things through their spirit. And that's who's gonna hear. And the spirit and the spirit of error. Beloved, Salakia, verse 7, beloved, let us love one. Let us love one another, for love is of God. So yes, God is love. Love is of the Most High. But it's about the ones that actually hear the Lord that you show love to, man. It's the ones that actually do the things of the Lord that you show love to. Because the Lord is also hate. Does not the Lord hate as much as he loves? Is the Lord not a balanced power? Huh? So that's what it's speaking about. It says, and everyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God. Okay? He that loveth not the Most High. Salakia, he that loveth not, knoweth not the Most High, for God is love. So God is love. But does Esau love? No. The so-called white man hates everybody besides his people, man, and he shows that. America's the only nation to have used nuclear weapons, period. So what are they talking about mass destruction? They used weapons of mass destruction, they kept building them, but then they went hunting for other nations that have them. This is the son of perdition, okay? This is the one that doesn't know love. They don't love anybody. They hate everybody. They kill everybody. Everyone's locked up in the name of America, man. America polices the whole earth. They're the ones that are out here, got our people all in prisons all throughout the United States. They're the ones that had our people in slavery, that raped, robbed our people, you know, that completely wiped out the Gadites, the guy that's been the Native Americans. They're those people that has Issachar all just working every single day in, day out. You know, he is hired and then take their lands from them, California and all these lands that are Mexican, supposed to be so-called Mexico, supposed to be owned by the Gadites. You know, they're so-called Edomites. You know, the Americans, the so-called white people, the Edomites, they came in here and they slaughtered our people, man. So they're the ones that don't. They always say God is love, but they don't push that. Christianity, which is what the so-called, like I brought up earlier, through Caesar Borgia, what they push, that's pushed through Esau. And they don't push love. They kill, murder. They believe in homosexuality, which that lifestyle promotes death. Homosexuality promotes death. It's not a lifestyle that promotes life. No life can come forth from homosexual sex. It's a vile act, and it's an abomination unto the eyes of the Lord. And the goddamn Salakia, the example that was set through Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, Sodom, Gomorrah, Zoar, Bela, and Admah, those 5 cities. You know, all those cities were destroyed because of what? Homosexual sex. Homosexual sex being the main thing that was going on. But it's just like today. There's so much homosexuality in the world, but there's other wickedness that's going on as well. But these people are the ones that are the first to say God is love. God is love. But y'all don't love the Lord. Y'all don't keep none of his commandments. Y'all don't keep any of the high holy days. Okay, and then those bug out Israelite camps, when they do keep the high holy days, they don't keep it in the right spirit. So everything is out of soul. So the Lord is angry, okay, and the Lord is bringing judgment. We're in the time of judgment, and that's prophesied by the Lord. Okay. 1 John 4 and 8, it says, "He that loveth not knowing not he that loveth not knowing not the Most High, for God is love. In this was manifest the love of Yahweh towards us, because that the Most High sent his Holy One, begotten Son, into the world, that we might live through him." See? So that's why Yahweh Shai came back, so that he can be the ultimate sacrifice unto the children of Israel, man. So we gotta, you know, say to water to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for doing that. But now that we're in that period of grace, now is the time where you gotta work and you gotta really sincerely show the Most High that you're thankful for what he did. And there's gonna be a reward for doing that. And there's also gonna be judgments for not doing that. Your 2/3 of Israel has to be